Today is actually quite important because a lot of changes are going to happen on the big Lash Tribe group. If you're not a member yet, it's just facebook.com/groups/Lash Tribe. If you are watching this in the group, obviously you're in the group right now. The thing is, if you are in my live lash lessons, you have heard me talk about this a couple of months ago when Facebook had the F8 Developer Conference, which they have once a year. They have a Facebook Developer Conference where they talk about different changes. And I have already talked about different changes to groups, communities, Messenger, and everything like that, and Instagram, how everything is now integrated. But I just saw a few people today post about some more changes that are going to happen, which now leads me to take action to change some things within the Facebook group, particularly. Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, they have now redesigned Facebook to make communities as essential as possible. I predicted that 3 years ago. This is why I started Lash Tribe in the first place, right? Because I know communities have huge power, more power than a page will ever have, more power than any other online communities ever have, because Facebook groups is more of a secure place. So 40 million people are currently active in Facebook groups. 40 million people. That is a lot of people. And communities is something that Mark now wants to make really, really central. There's a lot of changes happened already over the last maybe 6 months, and now more changes are happening within the group setting. Important is that we keep it a safe community and we have less spam, less promotions, and really have it a very engaged group, it sounds so cheesy, a very loving and supportive group. If we want to keep Lash Tribe as a group, we need to follow certain rules, and this is why we now need to change a few rules. Otherwise, we will not be able to keep up with the group. And you will see by what I'm going to read that this is actually affecting not just the admins, but also personal profiles. It affects the whole Facebook community in the lash industry. If you are following other groups where there's a lot of spam, a lot of people hating on comments, and a lot of people just doing thumbs up and not liking things, then that will negatively affect those groups, and eventually they can be shut down. So the more people dislike or hate comments, the more of a perceived negative user experience, in Mark Zuckerberg's words, and this is why they are going to shut down a lot of groups, and with that even the admins' personal profiles as well as business pages, which is obviously our bread and butter, so we want to avoid it. So before I read all of these different rules, let me just tell you what we are planning on doing. From today, after this video has finished, I will put our settings to post approval. That means our admins that have been working really hard on the Lash Tribe group for the last 3 years to make it a really good space and have it non-bully zone, and you know, it's not always happening that way because there's a lot of posts being posted that we miss because it's night and day, different time zones in Australia, because most admins are based in Australia. All of this has to change now because we need to now look at approving all the posts. This may have an impact on your user experience in two ways. First of all, we want to try and make it even safer. We want to try and avoid spam and bullying in posts. We want to avoid anything really, really negative. So when you see people posting things like, I hate my client, I want to stab them in the eye, stuff like that, we will not allow longer to be posted. Okay, because it's nothing that we want. We want to have a really positive user experience. We want to make it a great experience for everybody. Now, of course, things like that, like getting rid of your frustration and blah, 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 that's totally fine. We can still do that, but we just can't allow a post that starts with that kind of tone of voice to be posted right away. So we are now changing the settings. So every time you post something, we have to look at it as admins and then either approve it or not approve it. A lot of people will not like it, especially the ones that are posting their own promotions and their work and blah, blah, blah. But it's just the way that we have to do it if we want to keep the Lash Tribe page alive. Otherwise, Facebook will ban it. Eventually, yeah. A lot of the things I'm going to read to you now may apply or may not apply right away. It's just something, it's one website. There's a few people talking about different things. Maybe not everything will be quite as drastically put into place by Facebook, but a lot of the things do apply. So we as admins have to look out for it and make it really, a better user experience and get rid of all the negative people. So Facebook needs to create and nurture more group settings. Now, they've lost a lot of money recently if you haven't followed it. So they're trying to make a better user experience for everybody. And this is why they're quite adamant with their different rules for groups and things like that. Okay, so that's my forward. And now, again, I will read this to you. That's a lot. I might actually skip this stuff that may not apply to you directly. As I said before, as I said for many years, Facebook groups are the future. So this is really a word to Facebook admins. So that will apply to you as well if you are an admin of a group, which a lot of us are, yeah? Or you even have your own salon VIP Facebook group. All of this applies to you. So make sure you do listen to it. And I will post the link right after the video. Facebook is focusing on privacy, yeah? Very, very important. And making the user experience more intimate. And that's why the algorithms are going to start catering to. If you don't have a reader group, you should start one. A reader group is like, what Lash Tribe is basically. The things we post on Facebook should create meaningful interactions. I think that's a very, very important point to note, because a lot of the stuff that is currently posted on Facebook is just a lot of bitchiness. It really is. Complaining about clients, complaining about this and this and that. It is not as educational anymore as it used to be, which we are now trying to change. So it should create meaningful interactions. If they don't, your post is less likely to be seen and suppressed in the algorithms. Group admins are responsible, and this is me now. I'm a group admin and I've got a few other group admins. We are responsible for the group activity. Yeah, if content is posted in a group that goes against the TOS, the Facebook Terms of Services, or community standards, admins are at risk. So I am, and other ones will be at risk to lose their personal profile, their business page, or their group. That means we are no longer able to have a group, a personal page, or anything like that if we are going against their TOS. Yeah, admins can be shut down with no recourse. Negative ratings, and I'm talking about the downward facing, the angry face, especially the angry face, I think they're talking about. They reflect poorly on the admin team. Yeah, so even if we are posting something really positive, but there's one idiot that says, I hate this, and they do a negative thing, it reflects negative on us. So we are really having to sift through people that are in the group as well, and we will ban people or block people that are creating a bad user experience, and people that are constantly posting negative things or doing promotional posts and things like that as well. Negative ratings are the angry face, the sad face, member reported content, which happens a lot. Members report posts now because we can't look at posts 24/7. We try to, but we can't. And then when something is reported that is a bad user experience, that means it reflects bad on the Lash Tribe page, yeah? And it also actually reflects on the number of people who block you. So if we are being rude to people, they will block us, and that's also a bad user experience, of course. These things also reflect poor ratings on groups and suppress reach. Facebook wants the user experience to be positive. Sad or angry faces reactions tells Facebook that the user is having a bad experience and therefore diminishing your organic reach. No, for me, it's not just about the reach. For me, it is really about not having Lash Tribe shut down, because this page has been worked on so hard since January 2016. So we all try and have to work together to make this stay, because if it's gone, it's gone. And I can tell you now, there's not many pages or many groups out there that are prepared to put in what we put in, educational wise as well. The next one is post-approval process is a responsibility. And this is where the biggest change for you guys comes in now. Admins should have post-approval turned on in groups to protect themselves from negative ratings and that is exactly what we are going to do after this video. We will put on the post approval. Okay, questions should be asked for new joins. That's what we already do to make sure they are in the beauty industry, and it's the admin's responsibility to monitor and know who they are allowing in the group. We're already doing that. We've been doing this for a good year and a half now, so I'm sure there's some dormant people who are never posting, and these people are maybe posting now and then creating a bad user experience. So we can't say people that joined right in the beginning, including maybe some distributors or some people from China, Korea or Pakistan, that they're not in the group and they might be messaging other people. So let us know in private if anything like that happens to you, and we will kick those people out. And that also goes for you girls or boys, because I get contacted all the time and people ask me, can I do a giveaway? Can I do this in the group and that in the group? And we've always been saying, unless you're asking for permission and you do it on a Saturday, we always have to turn it away. We've been doing that for 3 years now. But now it also says that if you post something if you are saying, get this free, enter this giveaway, those posts are being suppressed by Facebook, creating meaningful interactions. Authors need to stop using the traditional language. Being me, I have to use a different language now, and start creating creative contents on how they can post contests and giveaways, free ebooks, free whatever, if they want their posts to be seen. So if I am posting something that I now say we're having a giveaway, I have to word it differently. So don't be surprised by me kind of talking around lots of things to make it sound another way. That's what I have to do from now on. And again, I don't know how strong these rules are applied to it now. Again, this is one website talking about it, but I just wanted to let you know. So what we need to do as a community, if we want Facebook, our Facebook group, and I say our, even though I've created it 3 years ago, it is our community and everyone has to work together to make this thing work. So what we need to work on now as a community is to teach each other to leave a reaction, not just a like. So what does it mean? You're either leaving a heart. A heart is probably much, much stronger than just, oh, like this post now. Just love everybody's post from now on. If you want this group to be much more interactive and you want to see all the posts, of course you can go in and scroll down and everything like that, but there's so many posts every day, you're probably missing some. And if everyone just loves each other's posts now, I mean, that's a much, much nicer user experience as well. Or even if you're shocked, like, and wow, that's amazing, something like that. Even the laughing reaction is a good reaction because it shows positivity and a better user experience, and it will help you to see the posts more as well. Comments are great, so comment on it, love each other, and just be happy about people's interaction, basically. Gifts are also amazing, so I will probably ask for you to maybe say, hey, let us know below in a GIF how you feel about this set of lashes, something like that, just to, you know, keep this group alive and make it the best that we can. But I cannot tell you how you have to react. Of course, I'm doing it a live video now, and that's okay. But if I say, love this post or comment on this post, sometimes you guys do that as well. On a Saturday, you say, love my post, like my post, like my social media account. We can't ask people how to do that. It will suppress the reach as well. Sales post. Okay, yeah, that's a biggie, right? And this is probably where one of the biggest changes comes in, not just for you guys, but also for me personally, because obviously if you are on Lash Tribe quite a bit, you see that I do sales posts. We have probably 4 or 5 posts a day, sometimes a little bit less depending on my admin and how well she works, but we always usually have like one sales post within it, yeah? Which means if we have 1 out of 4 posts being a sales post, that's considered like 25%, right? It's still a little bit too much. 20% of the time you should only be doing sales posts, and I'm talking about anyone on the weekend. I'm talking sales Saturdays, so we might have to redo sales Saturday just a little bit, but we will keep it for now, but I will have to really monitor on how the reactions are for sales posts, because sales posts, I think they're important to be informed about new products and services and trainings and things like that. especially when it comes to the Lash Tribe training, because this is, at the end of the day, it's a trademark group, it's Lash Tribe, it's created for people to get to know Lash Tribe, yeah, and not all the other brands out there. But I think for Sales Saturday, we might have to monitor it a little bit and see how many sales posts there actually are. We will no longer allow any links, any social media handles, anyone saying go check out my blog, unless it is Sale Saturday and is posted underneath the thread. I don't care how educational it is, as soon as it has a link, it is promotional, because it leads people to your website. So it's indirect marketing, yeah, and we will not allow it anymore unless it is Saturdays under the sales thread. Just letting you know. Facebook might not be very happy with all of the different sales posts if we just allow them. Yeah, that might be also adding to the negative user experience. As soon as it has a link, it's a promotion. Authors should reduce takeovers or change how they are phrased. The word takeover is being suppressed. Instead, have a party, author gathering, or evening event. I guess for us, it doesn't really matter because we don't do that sort of stuff in the group. But I think if I do like a live video, I will just say I am going to have a live demonstration of something, or let's have a lash party online or whatever. You know, that's type of thing. It might be more for other groups that use the word takeover all the time. I know people on Instagram use takeover, like Instagram takeover, blah, blah, blah. It's going to be suppressed now. We have group rules. They are pinned to the top of the page most of the time, I think. They are also written in the about section, and we also have a video about it. Oh, sorry. It will, you know, the video is there to stay. I might have to re-record it at some stage, but I think it's just important that we do read the rules and familiarize ourselves with them, because, you know, even though we are now going to have to approve posts from the original poster, it is all about the replies as well. So stay nice, don't be a bully, don't be negative Nancy, because you will be kicked out. I'm sorry, but we need to make sure that this group stays alive. We have linked the group to the page already, so in case you need to know where what is, we have that linked. Being a conversation starter is a great thing. You can actually earn little badges in case you haven't seen it yet. We have like fans, we have top fans, we have visual storyteller, we have all types of badges that people get because of the way that they interact within this group. And we are going to start doing little giveaways, maybe on a fortnightly basis. So every 2 weeks or so, I am going to start doing little giveaways of our top positive contributors within this group. I can't use the word giveaway anymore, so I'm going to call it, we're going to have little surprises for those people who are contributing the most meaningful stuff to this group and are actually commenting in a really nice way and giving people lots of hearts. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do little surprises for those amazing contributors, and you can earn your little badges. Make sure you read the Facebook community standards as well, not just as an admin, but just so you know that what to post and what not to post, apart from our rules, because you might be removed from the group if you going against it. The news feed is shrinking. Stories are merging with the news feed. Messenger is being favored. I already talked about that in the live lash lessons actually a couple of months ago. Messenger is great. If you have a business, utilize your Messenger. I'm going to start doing sales conversations just on Messenger from now on. I think it's going to be amazing rather than email, because Messenger is so much more accessible for people these days. People just have their phone on them. They get a notification, they read it. Like, I check my emails maybe once a day, once every couple of days. And if someone wants something, you know, I think I will move everything to Messenger now. I think that's a great idea. And also now it is being favored. So take the time to look through all the available options on Messenger. Yeah, Messenger is soon going to be separate from the desktop, meaning it will be its own entity. WhatsApp and Messenger will be contained and can be used for direct selling. They have already rolled that out in a couple of countries. Remember, Facebook is moving to the future as private. So Messenger is a lot more private than anything else because it's a very personal thing. Okay, so going live, this is important what we're doing right now. Going live is no longer on Facebook's radar as an organic algorithm piece, which is interesting. And if you didn't go live in your group before, that is good news for you. And if you are one who utilizes this a lot, you'll need to find other ways to boost organic reach, which is interaction, answering questions, asking questions, all that sort of stuff. So keeping up with the community. And I mean, I am starting a live video now, but if I don't get the interaction from you, then that means I'm not doing my job as admin very well. Yeah, so it's not about going live, it is about the interaction. So if you have a page, or if you have a group with tens of thousands of people in it and you go live in it every day, but no one cares and no one comments, that's what they mean. It doesn't matter. But if I go live, I get questions, I get comments, I get whatever, and this is when stuff gets important. Links in posts can be determined as clickbait. Clickbait, if you don't know what that is, Google it. This is another reason why we are no longer allowing any links whatsoever unless we're putting it under that thread. Facebook now has the ability to scan images for content that violates community standards. So I think if I keep on seeing, and I will probably not approve them now anyway unless there's no hate language in it, if one of you posts screenshots from their phone and it has foul language in it, that is something that Facebook will pick up on, and this is something that they will flag as violating the Facebook terms, because we don't want to have foul language, we don't want to have nudity, we don't want to have violence, none of that, and so we're not going to approve those things anymore anyway, unless it is something that's educational and will start a conversation in a really positive way. Groups deemed harmful on Facebook will be shut down. We don't have a harmful group. Our group is very, very good. Sharing is caring. By dropping your page link in a sharing is caring post, you're putting yourself at risk to have your account shut down. I have not seen anyone do this in our group, but it goes against the terms of services. Sharing is caring. It's not the way. It really isn't, because if it's just spamming people, yeah, dropping your link and saying sharing is caring, it doesn't work that way. And so we will no longer allow any of those likes letters either. We haven't really allowed them anyway, but sometimes we missed a post here and there where people say, hey, like my page, and I will like all of your pages. No longer allowed. This is interesting. Don't limit yourself to one platform. Stories, Instagram, right? Groups, Messenger, and ads are where you need to be on Facebook. If you are a business, I will repeat this again. Stories, groups, Messenger, and ads is where you want to be on Facebook. But you should also be on other platforms. Something like LinkedIn, if you're B2B, or perhaps Pinterest. I do a lot of Pinterest as well. Twitter might apply to you. Or you could have, there's different website platforms as well if you want to start up a Facebook community apart from Facebook. There's a few, I will research them and see how good they are where you can start something like this. But obviously Facebook is easier. Everyone is on Facebook still these days. I'm really excited to see what they are going to do with Instagram. I have a feeling there might be something like Instagram communities very soon as well. We need to utilize each other, basically. That's all I have right there. So again, Facebook is making communities more central. The changing, just to sum up, the changes we're doing now right after this video is to no longer allow posts to be done by anyone automatically. We have to, as admins, approve them first. If you are in the US or Canada and you are a Lash Tribe student, you have done 2 or more courses and you have earned a badge already, contact the page. We are looking for 1 or 2 more admins within the US and Canada. Okay, it doesn't really matter where around there, because we only have 1 admin in Canada at the moment, and she is very, very busy. She has a very busy business. She's a great trainer as well, and she's just working, and so it's very hard for her to look after all of this by herself. So we are looking for someone who is already very involved in the community. I know of a few people who I will contact myself already, but you need to have done some of the Lash Tribe courses so you know how I teach, and you're not just some random person who has trained with lots of other people that I don't know, because I can't really say if you're giving the right advice to people or not. That is another thing. If the wrong advice is given and it goes completely against all terms lashing, especially any of my trainings, it will be removed. And if you contact us and complain about it, then we're not going to reply anymore, because we don't have the time. And you just need to read the rules, and you will, every time we delete a post, what I do, and admins, if you're watching now, and I will talk to you again about this as well, when we are removing a post because it's negative or it's bitchy or it's just someone being a troll on the internet or calling me a name, which is really funny, we tick a little box. So every time we are looking at deleting something, there's like this huge thing with like 10 different things of why we are removing the post. So what I am doing every now and then, because I don't look after all of the stuff by myself, and now we'll do it more, all the admins, what we will do from now on is give you a reason of why your comment was deleted. Okay, we will not give you a reason of why we don't approve your post. You need to just check the community guidelines. It's very straightforward. Don't be an a-hole, be a good person, be engaged in the community. If you are only posting every now and then and it's always negative, we will remove you. If you're trying to be cheeky and you're always like kind of trying to sneak in your little promotions with your links and stuff like that, I don't care if I know you personally, if I like you a lot, I will have to remove you, because I need to look after this community and I need to make sure that none of my stuff gets deleted. Basically, I want to create a really great user experience, and I apologize in advance. But if you already know that you are that type of person, maybe change it a little bit and just follow the community guidelines and don't try to be cheeky all the time, only because I know you. People are always taking advantage of it somehow, but the same rules apply to everybody now. So we will notify you if we are removing your comment with why we have removed your comment. So all we have to do, admins, is tick the box. Usually it's like, don't promote anything on Monday or Tuesday. Promotions is only for Saturdays. Another rule that we have is be courteous, be kind, no hate speech. We remove it, and we click another box on the very bottom, another little switch that flicks over, that we will actually send you the notification of why it was removed. Again, it is nothing against you personally, unless you're being a really, really bad person, then it is against you. But it is really just to keep the balance and keep the privacy and keep this group, make it even tighter than what it is right now, because I have read a lot more lately that people say, this used to be such a nice space, this used to be so positive and giving, and we still want it to be like that, but it just gotten a little bit harder because we have over 24,000 people in this group now. So try and help us out so that we can keep this group alive. And I want to thank you so much for your support. And yeah, again, if you are in the US or Canada, you are a student of ours and you know exactly what to reply in whatever situation, because you know how I teach and have time and you would like to be an admin, please contact me personally. Don't contact the page, because I don't check messages on the page very much. Yeah, that would be amazing. So thank you again, everyone, for watching. If you have any questions, leave them below. What do you think of all these changes? Do you think it's going to be good or bad change? I have like mixed opinions, because I know a lot of people will be kind of peed off about it, that they can't post straight away, but those people are probably more so the people that are trying to be cheeky and trying to get away with things all the time anyway. The internet trolls, and we're trying to clean it out. So you may even see some of our group numbers go down. I wouldn't be surprised if the group numbers go down. Also, if you don't want to be part of the Lash Tribe group anymore, please remove yourself. If you have never been, if you are not engaging within this group, please remove yourself. Yeah, because we want to just have the community for people who want to be in here. Don't make me open up another group and start charging for it, because I really don't want to do it, even if it's just $1 a month, just to keep people in it. But I have honestly thought about it. Like, I don't want to make money with this group. I opened up this group to help people to start with. But if people, continuously even comment with bad advice or bad things, I might have to think about that at some stage. Take care wherever you are in the world. Thank you all for watching.